Donald Trump continues to spread his fantasies and lies, and one of his biggest supporters in that is Mike Lindell, who has a massive profile and direct influence on Donald Trump, which makes the following clip I'm going to show you that much more bizarre and that much more important. It basically has Mike Lindell saying that Donald Trump lost the election because God made it happen.
Why would God let this happen? Why would God let this happen? Why didn't God bring this stuff forward why did he let this happen? And I said, well, let me tell you, I said, you're in this spiritual battle of good and evil. And we've now, think what's happened since the election. If we wouldn't have caught this, and all these things happen, all the things we're going through, you would have, it wouldn't have revealed all the evil. The evil is revealing itself. It's just amazing. It's popping up all over like pocket gophers popping up their heads. And where everyone's their eyes are getting opened. On the left, the eyes are getting opened up are people that were blinded before. They were blinded by darkness, blinded by media hypnotizing them or brainwashing them, so to speak, just pumping stuff down their throat, social media. When I said a year ago from the Rose Garden, I said a nation had turned its back on God. We need to get back in the Word, spend time with our families, read our Bibles, and what manifested out of that, I mean, it's still here. We need to pray that God gives us grace, and it's looking like we're going to get that because of all these things that are happening. I can look back since the 4th and say, wow, what are the odds that these guys brought me this evidence on January 9th? What are the odds that, all these different things happening?
Mike, is this why Atlanta?
That is bonkers, guys. Like, that's one of the craziest things I've shown you on this channel, at least in the last few weeks, if not since the election. Because you see Mike Lindell, and by extension, the Trump movement, and likely Trump himself, twist themselves into a pretzel to explain what happened, because they are painting this as a spiritual battle for the country, for Western civilization, for all those sorts of things, and that Donald Trump was their champion. And so the question becomes, if this is a spiritual battle and they're the good guys, why would God let them lose? Why would he pick the bad guys? Why would he pick the left associated with secularism when he had the God champion Donald Trump there all along? And all Mike Lindell can say is, well, he had to let this happen because it needed to expose the evil. If God would have let Donald Trump take the second term that he was entitled to, then we never would have seen all the evil being done by Trump's enemies. But now we know, and eventually combined with the evidence, as he said, was ordained by God to be given to him only after certification, that, now when Trump comes back, he'll come back stronger than ever. And this is hilarious because it's absolutely bonkers. It's the only way someone who thinks that God is on their side can justify God giving them the wrong result. But it's scary because, as I've noted so many times with all of this, when you combine religion and politics in this way, it's very dangerous. I'm not here to trash religious people. I'm at least something of a religious person myself in my own way. But the point is, when you start to think that God or your religious head is picking someone for you in a partisan sense, and they've made the right choice, and every other faith and every other person is wrong, you lead to this idea that's very anti-democratic and that has you knowing instinctively that you're morally superior to everyone else. And that leads to dehumanization, and it leads to attacks on democracy. And we know Trump believes in Lindell. If Trump honestly believes somehow that he's ordained by God to come back, then there's no telling what's going to happen, what evil they will justify doing in the name of God.